Welcome to the Full Circle Podcast, y'all. This is your boy Bugs. I got my guy Syphe Dublin. Finally, give me that fucking.
Oh, my fault, bro.
You're good.
My fault, brother.
Fucking, this is the 50th fucking podcast, dude.
Oi, motherfucker.
The 50th? That's
50 is crazy.
Dude.
I'm here for the milestones.
Let's do some math. An hour podcast. 50 of them. Some of them are longer. There's 60 hours of this guy talking. Just talking. Like, just not music, not constructed thoughts about a breakup, not constructed thoughts about... Yeah, that makes you nervous. It makes you nervous.
It's understandable.
Dude, so...
You gotta vent.
You gotta understand, 50 episodes for at least, like, 50 of them I've been trying to get you.
Yeah.
At least. How are you, man? Who are you? What's your fucking name? What do you want out of the world? Tell the people, dude.
Well, I'm Syphe Dublin. I'm an artist first, audio engineer, producer, based out of South Jersey, Pemberton Township, Burleson County. You know what I'm saying? And what do I want out of life? Man, I just want this shit to just move forward. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it for so long to where, you know, you grow inside of an industry. You know what I'm saying? You kind of see where you fit into. You know, you just want your music heard. You know what I mean?
I can dig that. I dig that 1,000%. That's a big side of being a creator in the first place. Is like, obviously you want people to watch it. Because the ego thing is like, nah, I do this shit for me. I'm doing this for me, bro.
Yo, so it's crazy because...
I'm making 1 million beats for only me to listen to. That's not true. It's not true.
Yo, my Uncle Big Worm used to say that shit. He was like, yo, if you're doing music like that, like... And not even saying it's wrong. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's therapeutic for people. You know what I'm saying?
That's
and
the
you
word.
have to get your thought out there.
Therapy,
You know what I'm saying? So,
you know, vent.
It's going to be on your iPad or your laptop now these days.
Yeah.
You know?
It's got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No. I'm being an asshole about it.
No, you're good. You're good.
But so no, like I completely agree, and that's why I'm actually looking at my stuff from a completely different perspective. Like I told you before we hopped on here, my everything I've done was a freestyle.
Right.
The ciphers, every video I've dropped was just dropped. There was never like I have a project coming and then that. You know, there was never a build up, a rollout, a release. You know, I've just cared so much about creating it that I never cared much about presenting it. You know, and the presentation to me is live performances. So I've done it.
Right.
You know? But when you really look at it, putting it in a box, and is it like a cookie you can sell on a shelf? Not the way that I packaged it.
I say it like this: you've done enough.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, but I didn't package it.
Right. Now it's time to start. You know,
it was more like a under the bridge kind of thing. Now it's like I'm the one who built the
monetizing
bridge,
a fan base.
So there's a toll here, bitch. Yeah. Like literally to the not ego whatsoever. Just literally to how it's given. Like I can't just, for example, these podcasts they just drop. I'm not like, hey guys, in 3 days, every Monday, or they just kind of happen, you know, along with the algorithm. I'm switching that. This is actually 50th episode. This is where that changes, dude.
I don't know if it's going to come up this way or do I got to...
Just do hand stuff and it'll work.
50, motherfucker. Many, man. Wish death upon me.
Nah, but like that it's a part of it is manifesting. Yo, 50's
50th episode.
I've always fucked with 50, but I love how things really came full circle, and it's just like, yo, 50 was right about everything the whole time.
50's a supreme hustler, bro. He's a prime hustler, bro.
The whole time that shit was right, dude. That's so fucking great. So all right, so what I meant to, like, what I really meant elaborating on your thing is that you just want it to be heard. It's not a pretentious thing. It's not an egotistical thing. It's just at the point where, like, you know what it does. You know what it does to people and amoebas and biology.
Oh yeah, it gets them moving.
It's time to really spread it in the correct way. Whatever that fucking means, though, dude.
We've been doing it for so long, though.
This is the dilemma I come in with every podcast asking people because it's a philosophical question. Like, what does making it mean to you?
Oh.
Because in those terms, I've already made it.
Oh, I've been made it.
Yeah, we did it, right?
Yeah, we've been made it.
Yeah, we did it.
It's
so,
more
so now
of,
it's about can we
even the fact that you've grown to have this podcast,
muscle it up. Yeah.
Even how you've grown to have this podcast, you gotta understand it's a level of seeing a certain side of it, and personifying,
wanting to show light on it. Yeah,
wanting to shed light on it, and on top of that, going. I want to say just staying on track and state of the art. Mm-hmm. That's the best way I can say it, because podcasts is what podcasters are doing right now.
Yeah, I mean, dude, but 6 years ago. That's what I'm saying. I started this 6 years ago.
That's longevity, man.
And when I did the first podcast, I mean, it's crazy to say, guys, but 6 years ago, people weren't listening to podcasts.
Right.
It wasn't a thing.
It was really RSS.
It really wasn't a thing.
It was RSS. Like Reddit. Reddit was pushing RSS.
Yeah, 2019, because the media didn't want people to even
SoundCloud
know.
was pushing RSS.
Yeah, but like you got to think like NBC, all the mainstream shit. Yeah. They don't even want people to know about podcasts. Radio. They don't want anybody to know about it because so it wasn't even obviously promoted, but bro, like this election obviously showed that podcasts are the main media.
I'm gonna give some homework to your fan base. The moment the fan base can pinpoint a time of and year when they started doing link in bio. So I like how you use NBC.
What was that?
Exactly. I like how you use NBC.
2016, 15.
About 17,
16.
Yeah, 16, right?
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I say that is because if you're a business and you're an entity, every entity has to have every form of social media.
YouTube, Google.
Yes.
You have to be found everywhere.
The most natural platform for some OP shit
YouTube.
Of podcasting, Reddit.
Oh, yeah. See, no, Reddit's a whole other world, dude. Reddit is still like...
And you're still typing on Reddit.
I'll kill your mom type shit.
You're still typing on Reddit. You know what I'm saying?
What a lot of people want is Reddit, actually.
Reddit's right before the fucking
Everyone
dark
listening
web.
to this, if you like what you're doing on Instagram and Facebook, by the way, I have so many friends, rappers specifically. You know who you are, Ja Black.
Wow.
Who has, I'm saying it, who has 5 different Facebooks because they keep getting deleted. Dude, make one Reddit.
Yeah, just make one Reddit.
You'll
be all right, man.
You'll be good.
You'll be surprised.
I'm not bleeping that at all.
Hey, not to stray away from a point. From the podcast, but this slick testimonial. You'll be surprised who's listening. Mm-hmm. You'll be surprised what your fan base is
when you expand.
No, just period. At the moment, it's how you have your business set up or your brand set up at the moment. Because if you have, like, when you think about it, because we come from an era to where everything was coming through at moment. So one day it wasn't here, next day it was there. So now in this era, people like us get right to it. Even people that, in sports.
So if it's not there, it has to stay there somehow.
Right. But you have longevity, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A little bit of longevity. Even with the shows
that was
and
always
everything.
my point. That was always my point. That's kind of like beyond looking at these as documentation points for your career, where anybody that I have on, because I have like 12 solo episodes.
Right.
Where I'm just wasted.
Right.
No camera, just audio, guys. Like an hour of me talking.
Right.
And you can imagine what that's like in 2017, dude. Like I can't even see where that goes. But having something like that, it just adds to, like you said, the longevity of it, connected to the ciphers 12 years ago. So my vision of all of this, of everything we do, is to be turned into the story that it's meant to be. So this was never supposed to end at 2016.
Right.
My story didn't end at, like, I didn't stop, because I look at music and this like the same thing. I'm just pretty much documenting the person that I am. And you don't have kids, I don't have kids. A lot of people look at leaving their legacy. This is the philosophical part where I go. A lot of people look at leaving their legacy behind like DNA. And I, selfishly, I want to live forever. So I want my conscience, my thoughts, my understanding of the world to live longer, so that I can progress into the future. This is being naive, expecting computers to save my YouTube forever.
Right.
And then I had like I said this on the last, I completely erased that philosophy. Like, oh, the only things that last are fucking statues.
Right.
Statues and figures like that. But then I was like, no, the thing that lasts is the conscious. It was my original idea. So it turned from me being insecure about being a little older as a man and not having kids yet and not leaving my legacy behind. What is like my and the? And shout out to Matt McCusker for pointing this out to me, that most languages and other dialects, they don't have the as a word even. So when we say...
That's not a word either, though.
You're good versus the good, the concept of even understanding that,
right?
Like what good itself is, to go deeper. Like we're just talking about like brain experiments. You know,
that's crazy though.
And like that's the deeper level that I understand what these podcasts are. Like this isn't something like, hey, my favorite color is blue, and no, like I don't know what you've gone through the last 2 weeks. Like I don't know what traumatic things or positive things have happened. You don't know what positive or traumatic things have happened.
You're not
but we're
lying.
here, and we clearly have an energy that we want to give. So that's why my first question, I think you just made me realize why my first question usually is like, who are you and what do you want? What do you want to give the world? Like, what do you want out of the world? Right. So maybe now in episode 50, I have a format because of you. But is there now a refined thought or answer on that now that I kind of explained what I like? You just want your things to be heard, but it's not from an egotistical standpoint.
Right. It's more of a I know. Well, I've seen what the music does to people, and on a level of inspiration. So
I've seen that shit too.
Yeah, I love it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like I'm elated over it or anything. It's just more so
that feeling.
Because
huge.
I don't drop enough music, and I haven't really gave it a good run, quote unquote.
That's what I just said. I just said the same. We haven't. Dude.
Yeah, so
we haven't.
I think I owe it
to yourself and everybody else. Dude.
See, you said to yourself, I think I owe it to the culture of hip hop or what I'm doing. Period.
You just owe it to your.
But I appreciate you saying that because
to everything, dog.
To yourself, you are the culture in a retrospect.
That.
I appreciate that. So when I
said people were being mad at, they're not mad at you, Syphe. They're mad at the energy that you possess. They're mad that like you were goofy in a scenario where they took serious.
Right.
That happens. That's happened to me so much. I'm just like, I can look at it from a scope of like, no, I understand this person's a little drunk. This person's a little hungry. This person's tired. So you have to be the bridge breaker, the icebreaker. And sometimes the person who's hungry gets mad at that person.
Right.
Who's breaking the ice because the water isn't enough.
Right.
So like that's what I think with you. Like, dude, you have like same thing with me. We've been so worried about other people, and we've helped so many other people creatively.
Right.
And whether it's find their sound, find their confidence, whatever it is, and dude, and that's like completely just because that's how we feel, you know. So when we give out our happy energy when a person's going through something at an event or anything, dude, that's completely taken the wrong way, and it's so frustrating because all we want to do is fucking party.
Yeah.
And dance.
I'm just trying to have a good time, rock the crowd.
Just trying to party.
Just do my job.
I mean, okay, so I guess that boils to this question: like, why else would we do it? I realize, like, okay, I want to. Rapping is cool. Playing drums, I dance. I just want to dance, dude. Like, I just want to dance. Do you just want to bob your head? Like, what do you want?
I mean, it's, as you get a little bit older, you get a little bit more simple.
You're just trying
towards
to chill.
it. Yeah, but you know, if you're good at something, at some point in your life, it clicks on in your head that why not keep doing that? And especially if it's something that's not strenuous at all. You know, so
and it feels good.
Yeah, and this is where. You know, we're kind of in the era of not the music scene, but like ideology-wise, like the 1950s to where they were doing it for the love on top of the monetization towards it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're good at something and you know you're good at something, you're doing it for the love, and you're getting love for doing for what you love.
That's enough.
Oh, my God.
That's way more than enough.
Man.
So
Man.
that's
But it seems like they pay top dollar for that.
But that's what bothers me is like when I've had my most successful moments and
When it works.
and I tell it to my mother and she's just like, well, how much money did you make? I'm like, I saved like 7 people's lives last night. Like they personally personally told me, if you weren't doing what you were doing, I would have killed myself 3 weeks ago type to the day. And my mom hits me with the boomer mentality. Well, how much money did it make? How much time did it cost? And how much money did it make? Did you spend and it just, it's always fucked with me. It always has. Because as a creator, obviously.
Then you don't know where you can win at.
Because all they want to do, and I love you, mama. Don't trip, dude. But everybody wants to impress their parents. It's not a shot. It's just a reality.
Yeah.
And it's a boomer. It's a boomer thing. It really is. It's a generation thing.
Yeah.
And I really if she could just take herself out of that scenario for 1 second and understand what happened and how these groups of people never would have seen each other otherwise. And now these people are going to be lifelong friends. And we're not talking about lifelong friends and how you been 3 years from now. We're talking these people are friends now.
Right.
And it's just different with social media, obviously. But I realized this is a real deep dive into I'm all about philosophy is what I realized recently. I guess we're just philosophers at the end of the day. As creators and artists, we're philosophers.
Absolutely.
We're trying to understand in modern times what the point is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, dancing is a lot of it. So that's that. But I noticed that every time, no matter what it was, anytime I was really, really happy about something and to explain it to someone, there's certain people that just respond with instant not a deflection but instant there's this about it, right? And I had to really assess the people in my life that were like that anytime that cookie was so good, well, you just ate 1,000 calories, right? Or isn't that fucking Ferris wheel awesome? Well, a lot of people die on it. Anything, bro. Anything.
Very analytical.
These people, but no, I realize it's not a subject based. It's a person. It's a mindset.
Almost like a personality choice.
Yeah, dude. And I loved people for who they were, empathetic. And when I realized really deeply, these people are damaged. Nobody damaged wants to be fixed.
Low key sick.
Very sick. But nobody wants to be fixed either. Even if you are and you could admit it, they don't want to be fixed. They don't want your help.
Can I cut you off for a second?
Not like we have it. We don't have the help, by the way. It's you. So
it's and
you.
That's the part as an artist to where you dive into your certain fan base group, and that's when you're locked in with your core.
You make sad songs, you have a sad fan base.
Yeah. No, for sure.
And I was sad, and I was having sad people confided me, hey, I'm like, dude, I get you're going through that, but I painted my misery. I get that it helps you, but dude, you're do you understand that was real? It's such a fucking paradox.
I've witnessed it firsthand, bro.
Turns into a circle.
My boy, he's also a rapper too. We're not going to name names, but
no names.
He's also a rapper as well, but you gotta really respect in a realm of how people grieve and how people go about life and how they process, things that happen to them, traumatizing things.
Even us being extra happy.
Yes.
That's too much for them.
Yeah, sometimes, but
most of the time.
most of the time.
Straight up.
But the one thing I could take from it is when you're dealing with situations like that, it's not best to really let things develop. You kind of want to show people where you stand as far as being there for them.
Right then and there.
At some point for sure. There's a threshold where it's too late.
Yeah.
But when you let a person know you're there for them though, it just hits a little bit different when they're sitting by themselves and they're reflecting on things. They might come to think like, oh, well, this person's there for me.
I know they're there.
Yeah. So, and that comes with grace.
But see, that's a double-edged sword, though, because if they know that you're there, not that it's a crutch, that's the wrong word.
Right.
When they know that you're there, it's like there's a philosophical thing in their head that the reason they're in that scenario in the first place, and you offering them that doubles down on it. It's just like the first thing we all learn is no. Like, as kids, we're like, no.
You ever have a friendship group, like with your boys or whatever, and you forget that you guys come, like, you're not little league guys to where you guys grown up with each other and you've played at each other's crib, like
you're older,
like you're kind of older to where you've linked with each other inside of the craft, like when you look to befriend a person in that realm, as you're older because you understand life a little bit different. Those are the friends that actually, not saying that they last, but, those are the friends that you kind of leave an impact on because you're taking that family-raised knowledge that you have, you know what I'm saying, whether it's good or bad, you know what I'm saying, but you're spewing your vibe or whatever the case. I don't know how to really explain it, kind of.
You're explaining it.
But, it's a soul exchange when you're hanging out with people, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes people aren't as comprehensive on how monumental they are. You know what I'm saying? I fall victim to that. You fall victim to that. We have a plethora of friends. Whoa. We have a Justice League of friends that fall victim to that. You know what I'm saying? To where, we're still good and respected in our own realms. But when it comes down to us doing something on a collective, sometimes it becomes hard,
Well, not sometimes now. Now it does because of how things transpired.
Right.
But
fix your problems. That's all I always say.
That's exactly the
things. You know what I'm saying? You can adapt to that. Always go fix your problems. The things that
transpired were never really a crossing of borders. No one really ever crossed into anybody's lane and did some disrespectful shit.
Right.
It was more like
misunderstandings.
We both got these, like, we both went through the same snowstorm.
Right.
I have the same amount of snowballs.
Same valor.
You got the same ammunition of snowballs for war.
Right.
But now that we're out of the snowstorm, you want to, like, point those snowballs at me. You didn't throw any.
Right.
But you're pointing them at me.
I know what that means.
So right away, I'm like, I'm about to build a snowman with the snow I got.
Hey, man.
And be the snowman. And
that shit get dangerous.
That's a psychological analogy for y'all to really understand that there's people in your life that you think are your friends and that they are your friends. But when it comes down to, like, other levels in life, this is what we're talking about. There's scenarios when like, I'm going through the worst things in my life, but I'm aware of that, and I know that when I pull up to this place as Bugs, if I pull up sad, everyone's going to be fucking sad.
Right. You got to know that.
So the initial cipher that I remember is the one at Ethic, and it was right after Cash died, and I had to do, it was like 3 days later, dude.
Oh, with Freeway.
And I had to do the cipher.
Yeah.
And I fucking did it, and if I didn't do that, that wouldn't happen, dude. But I did it, and
sometimes people don't know the circumstances on why you do it. And that's how God works.
And that's how I feel like, it's not like I expect certain people to have that. Like, we're obviously talking about certain specific people, but not naming them right here. There's scenarios, though, with the philosophical understanding of what we're speaking of, where as people think they understand, but they don't, or they just can't accept. I mean, dude, I've been around it. When you're in a bad mood and you're around someone happy, dude, that shit
sucks sometimes. You kind of pour on them.
Yeah.
Pour on them.
Yeah, and you want to drag them down. You want to, dude, we were all there. You could just be tired. Someone could cut you off on the road and you're not even in a bad mood. But, like, then now you're arguing with the girl in Wawa and, like, nothing to do with anything. And, like, these are things that I'm hypersensitive to all of this shit. And I pick up on all of it. So now I'm happy. I'm even, like, more happy now that I know everyone's more miserable. Mm-hmm. It's like when people try to tell you, like, things could be worse. You could have broken legs. No, now I'm sad because now I know there's people walking around with wheelchairs.
Word, man.
You hear what I just said, though?
Yeah.
People walking around with wheelchairs.
That was mad crazy, yo.
Well, I did that for a reason, though. No, now I'm more sad, though, because a quadriplegic doesn't make me happy that I have legs. It makes me sad that they don't have legs. It's the cup half full. Remember the dude at the liquor store today?
Okay.
You want an empty cup?
I was
like, wait, you got full cups? Let me get a full.
Yeah, let me get full cups.
Yo, we're at the liquor store, and I'm like, yo, y'all got cups? He's like, well, an empty cup or a full cup? And I'm like, you got full cups?
Well, give me a fucking full cup.
Let me get a fucking full cup. And he climbs his ladder, and he's like, nah, yeah, there's empty cups.
That shit was funny as hell.
That's an analogy, though, dude. That's
bars.
Everything's a metaphor and an analogy at that point.
People don't be understanding, man.
Bro, what are you gonna do when do you live life with the cup half full or half empty? That's literally the joke I was making. But he's like, you got full cups. What he metaphorically said to me, whatever you want, my friend, you can have. And that to me is like, okay, that's a salesman, but no, dog. He's like, yo, no, we got it all. Like, I swear to God, if we asked for a rubber ducky, he probably would have had one in the back.
Oh, which kind?
A yellow one with a
Fucking asshole.
A yellow one, an Asian one.
Wow. I was about to say word.
Okay, we could go there. We could do it now. We've shown people we're polite.
Nah, I'm chilling.
All right, so I definitely ranted a lot there. That was a good deep thing that like I don't think people accept enough. You know that we're all our own people going through our own things in those moments. And when you have this thought at that person at an event or something,
especially in that time,
yeah.
it'd be situational.
Everything is.
Yeah.
So that's why my baseline is chill, smoke weed. You know, if I can help with the sound, I will. Otherwise, like, your shit sounds like garbage. Otherwise, your shit is garbage.
I feel the same way.
All right, let me ask you this. How many events have you been to, percentage-wise, where the sound is just, don't even perform? It's more than 60, 70, right?
Drum roll. It's a lot.
80.
It's about 85%. And because I do sound design, so.
You guys.
I never sound good.
The reason people aren't coming to your events is not because they're legal or illegal. Or because you have alcohol.
Shit sounds trash.
It's because the sound. The people who have the money to run the event aren't musicians. So they just do it. But what those people need to do is have us. But, dude.
Don't get me wrong. I still do what I got to do, baby. But,
we're going to put... Ours is going to sound good for 10 minutes. It's going to sound good for 10 minutes.
And that's what I feel bad for when the next act comes up. It's just like, man.
And it's like... But this is the thing. It's a cosign.
Yikes.
You being there, me being there, is like... It looks bad on us. The people that we bring there are not going to go back because the people that we have come to... That I, at least, not you. I don't know about you. But the people that I have come care about their ears.
Yeah.
And they want to, like, be able to hear shit when they leave the event.
I never want people to have it screeching, but I just know, like...
Mic control's one thing.
Yeah.
It's the EQ after that.
Yeah. Yeah. The EQ. They got to get together.
They got to get together.
I'm not going to lie.
Because you can make shows work with PAs.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not that bad. It depends who you got rocking.
Bad show.
But, you know, it's a little saturated, but it's not a bad saturated. It's more so people don't know what to do or
how do you feel about them performing over their vocals? They don't have performance tracks. That's another part.
Yeah, whole songs.
How do you feel about that?
It depends. It depends what the artist is trying to get off.
How do you feel about people performing over the record vocals?
Record vocal, it depends what the artist is trying to, get off. If we're doing a sheer performance and you're trying to move the crowd, no back, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, basically, put a backtrack together. Mm-hmm. Now, it depends. You gotta, sometimes people don't understand what the artist's agenda is. And you can't really get upset about that. as a
they
promoter.
have the perspective they're trying to paint.
Yeah, they're just trying to do what they're trying to do and get it the fuck out of the way. Some people just try and get reps. So, you know, but it's nice, though, to push people along.
But that's the promoter's job, is to know, like, hey, this is a show for reps. This is
usually these people
comedians
don't
do the
understand.
same thing. I mean, like open mics, comedians look at open
Right.
mics as like for them to work on their material.
But respectfully, though, and it's crazy to say it like this, usually the more professional artists that are looking for reps usually have had a taste of something as far as maybe a monetization or getting paid from shows to where they want to beta test a record at your event.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just per situation.
No, yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like to spit Phillies. The spit Philly on Friday, every first Friday.
Yeah. So that's the thing about those. Is like that's kind of like the ciphers, but the modern version. It's songs. It's a cipher, but with songs.
Yeah.
And I'm hosting it. It's the same thing of connecting shit like that. But dude, it's very, very fucking interesting how it went from I can rap this good to like it's to look at me. You know, it feels like it to look at me. And nothing's wrong with any of that. Like if like a lot of it has to everything's fashion, b-boy, dance. It's all connected into itself.
Right.
We went way too hip hop. We went too hip hop with it.
Yeah.
Where we just expect a rapper, like not even b-boy or graffiti anymore.
Right.
We just expect a rapper.
We bypass
Not even a DJ.
The fans' perspective.
Yeah. So like where my brain just went there in that second of silence, I was like, wait, there's supposed to be like this whole other world of stuff. That's what the events are. So all right, so what you want out of life is you basically wanted the expansion of the things to be heard. So in the day-to-day things, because this is what I'm saying, this is episode 50, motherfuckers. This is episode 50 where I think I figured out what these podcasts are about. There's a reason they're called Full Circle.
Nah, things come together full circle.
So like, there's a reason that this took this long to happen. The questions that I'm asking you, I would have asked 6 years ago. Because I only have like 3 base questions. What do you want out of life? Like, what do you think the point of things are?
Righteous. That's right.
But that's why like the sampling, like if we did one and now we did one, you know, we would have a comparison.
Basis. Yeah.
And that's like a deeper level of
That happens sometimes.
Happens through music, though. You're an artist. That's why I do it with artists mostly, because they at least have some history to go back on of why they made certain music, and sometimes it's just shitting off. But so I guess the question that I want to ask. So I went on rants. We elaborated on several things about why we do stuff and blah blah blah. But the why is the hardest question. So basically, I want to know. This is what I want to know. Where is it? If you had to kill somebody with this in 10 seconds, what would be your technique?
Oh, wow. Probably, I don't know. Maybe a little Wing Chun. I'm definitely sharpening the edge.
What's Wing Chun?
It's a form of karate, martial arts.
But you're sharpening the edge?
I'm sharpening the edge.
I'm talking ding, 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 go. Both of y'all have that with like 5 feet.
I'm using Wing Chun and I'm hitting the pressure points.
What's the move? What's the main move of Wing Chun?
I mean, that's something you have to figure out. Martial arts is
No,
just,
you need to like. I need you to show me.
I mean, like.
So so like it attacks the arteries.
Like I'm going.
So it attacks like the main jaw.
Yeah, I'm going crazy.
So you're taking the edge of it.
I'm going crazy with this bitch right here. I'm sharp.
Oh, that is sharp as shit, dude.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Say nah.
So you're taking that jaw straight to the boom.
Gonna die from 1,000 cuts, bitch.
Yeah, I'm done. That's
What?
fucking great. That's a beautiful, actually, because I'm not going to lie to you, nothing else would work. You would have to bank on the sharp part. Because what I'm saying is, like, you and your opponent, you can't use elbows. Like, neither one of you can use your arms or body to suffocate. You have to kill one another with that.
Yeah. I mean, they got to be sharpened already. You know how long it's going to take to sharpen this, John?
It's kind of sharp.
It's not that. I mean, all right, bet. I mean, you're gonna have to be a 3rd degree or something. I don't fucking know. I just know you're gonna know how to use that motherfucker.
I dig it.
That ain't your common, you know.
My version would probably be
Shit, you'll
like,
probably be better with a musket.
I'd probably hold them down and like open it and just squeeze it in their like eyes or something.
Yeah. That'd probably burn.
And then like shove it down their throat and just like hold them there.
Sound like the guy like.
But wait, no, you can't use your arm. It has to be
bears.
that. That's
Yeah,
cheating.
you sound like the guy that fights bears. Then I'm going to karate kick the grizzly bear, drop kick him, and then kill him with my knife. I'm like, wow.
And then I will use the fur and sell the fur and be in a fucking video, a rap video. It's all for the fucking videos, dude.
Yo, those Instagram videos be funny. TikTok videos be funny when they do that.
Dude, they're trying to take TikTok. Oh, have you seen a UFO?
Not personally, no.
You didn't see one? Mm-mm. Did you freak out at all?
I never saw one.
Did you hear about them?
I heard about them.
And you in New Jersey?
It's not
in
uncommon.
the U.S. of A., New Jersey?
It's not uncommon.
They were searching for a bomb.
I live by a military base, so.
I thought that they were trying to like implement like other foreign threats to say that police need drones. Which is a scary surveillance.
No, so the problem is, honestly,
dude, they were searching for a bomb that got through.
They were, but the problem is there is a border issue. They say south border.
What kind of border issue?
So they say south border. It's just wide open.
What kind of south border issue?
So some people,
a human being issue or like bombs?
Some people think the south border, I want to say is like Mexico or whatever the case is, but no, our south border is around like Maine-ish area.
No, that's north, isn't it?
Not necessarily how you look at Earth. So my
You're right though.
Yeah. So
Earth is flat, so there's that.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a crazy wow. Because I don't get into that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, let's keep talking around it.
But my point I'm trying to say is,
see what I did there?
I can understand them, sweeping. You know what I'm saying, and implementing some type of program for that. But like, I grew up by a military base my whole life.
Yeah, they're scanning.
Yeah, they're definitely scanning, but
for a bomb, not for people.
Even if there is a bomb, that's why they're don't tell you. They're not
looking for Iron Man, dude. They're looking for fucking iron around a nuclear ingredients.
So my point I'm trying to tell you is that's why I understand why they're not trying to do mass hysteria with telling people. It'll go down. People will try to find it.
If they learned anything about mass hysteria, they learned that they can do whatever they want through the pandemic. They can do whatever the fuck they want. And people are going to bug out. On my way here, dude, an hour and 20-minute drive, which should not have been an hour and 20. At least 20 fucking times. 20, dude. I'm being generous. The left lane driver was going slower than the right lane. Now, mathematically... Stop moving. Mathematically, that would tell you, yo, they're fucking with us. There's no way that 90% of the people driving on the road are going slower in the left lane. And it's raining today.
Well.
Dude, it's real.
So let me understand something here.
People are actually retarded.
That's a crazy word.
It's such a good word.
No.
Retarded is one of the best words.
It's a horrible word.
What about gay?
Gay's a real word.
Gay. I'm happy, dude.
Yeah, that's fine. And you could use that.
I'm gay.
Yeah, but be careful.
Be careful. See what you're doing? You're putting spells on us.
No,
dude.
I'm
You're
not.
making them have strong boundaries. They're words. They describe specific things. What is gay? What is the gay?
Wow, that was some good coke.
But I didn't say that was some good gay.
Yeah, but that was some good coke, though.
Yeah, cocaine's amazing.
Coca-Cola is subjective.
All right.
It's
Coca-Cola used
tomato.
to have cocaine. Like, that's why it's called Coca-Cola.
We'll be back.
Hey, you just turned into Dr. Phil? We'll be right back. You almost just made me choke on my fucking gum. No, what were you saying, though? I cut you off. I'm sorry.
I forgot.
Right, well,
I was just waiting for that joke.
We'll run it back. Oh, all right. Well, there's that. Fucking, what were we talking about? Imagine, guys, like, this is how people have conversations. They have a person who talks too much, and then a person who's ready to talk, and when they talk, they fucking forget it.
I usually talk too much, so.
No, you talk a lot, but you're
I don't want to waste.
You're dealing with me.
I don't want to waste Bug's time. I want to hear what Bug's
Well,
has to
this
say.
is your time.
Yeah, but
I want you to talk. We never shut that. Dude, that looks so bad. It looks so bad open.
it's not bad.
Let me shut it.
They don't
Watch
even-
how much better it looks. Watch.
I don't think they notice.
Watch how much better.
Welcome to the Bugs is Lit podcast.
That looks so much fucking better.
Cuff your chick.
That looks so much fucking better. You don't have to go closer to the mic.
No, I had to do it.
You just peeked. Dude, that looks way better.
How much did I
trust me,
peek?
They're gonna understand it looks better.
Nah, yeah. Nah, it's lit though.
That's just the OCD things. That's how that goes. So you really don't remember what you're talking about, though.
Now what's on bit is the maker's mark.
All right, let's go there. What's your favorite alcohol?
To be honest with you, I'm really a whiskey guy, but it's been a while for
Not
whiskey.
today.
Yeah, it's been a while for whiskey. And thanks for being a dick.
This looks like I'm raging, but this is like my
Second?
7th shot. I mean, I take shots. I don't do drinks. I take shots. So there's like every sip is a drink.
Yeah, I'm on 3. So,
Nah.
oh, so your sips? Yeah, I'm on 18. I need to eat a turkey sandwich.
You just ate a bunch of Chinese. What'd you get?
I had
What's your go-to?
I went to Charlitos on Mill Street in Mount Holly, New Jersey. I grabbed me a steak rice and beans.
I ain't seen no steak in there.
It's beef cubes. It's steak cubes. Steak rice and beans.
Oh.
So it was amazing.
It was good.
Yeah, it is amazing. They gave me a free sample for Christmas. So that's what I ate before I came in. To do the podcast, I was starving.
That big thing was the free sample?
The little cup that I
Oh, that's a big sample.
had? Yeah. It had rice too.
So you're saying if I order something,
You're not going to get that.
why not?
You didn't order
Because
enough.
I'm white?
No.
He
You
said
didn't.
it.
You haven't ordered enough.
He said it.
I mean, I've spent.
You
a
really
couple
think they won't
thousand
give it to
over
me?
there. They're probably closed now, bro.
Dude, it's fucking 4 o'clock.
It's 5:45.
That's actually like 12 minutes behind. It's like 5:29.
It's 5:22.
Yeah, by the way, guys, it is a Friday at 5:29 p.m. We both have not even started our days yet.
Nope. I have work.
Recording who? You don't have to say the name. But
I have a couple
recording
artists.
What?
Just a couple artists.
Rappers?
Nah. One of
They're
them's
singing?
one session later is a production session. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Those are cool. So that's actually a topic right there. Dude, it's not like we don't have anything to talk about. This motherfucker's hilarious. I think that once you start engineering as a musician and you're like, yo, I don't want to work at this spot, you learn real quick. Yo, I don't want to engineer either. Like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
You're
That shit
using
sucks
your
sometimes.
ear, you're using your ear for other. He's an amazing musician. We have the ear. We don't. There's no standard that we really stand to. Yeah, don't let the shit clip and go red. But there's no standard, dude. We make what we make because it feels good. But then you have musicians who want to quote unquote sound like you. So they think that when they come in and are them, that it'll be us. Mm-hmm. But like you said earlier, it's not about what you record and how I mix it. I can mix it all day. Extra money. But if you come in and lay it down, I'm not mixing really anything, and the shit is just there. Mm-hmm. You'll find a lot of that as an engineer, because a lot of the engineers nowadays are musicians, because we understand it and we're like, no, I don't want to go do a 9 to 5. But what a lot of engineers who are just starting out don't understand is your ears only have a certain amount of hours a day. So if I know you don't wake up creative every day. There's some days where you wake up, you don't even feel like producing, but you have to wake up and record other people.
Right.
So if you have any inspiration later on in the night, you're physically gone from producing and engineering other people's stuff. Like, I'm talking like biological ear shit. Like,
right.
Your ears don't hear certain frequencies now, and let alone the tired, let alone looking at a screen, which none of us are aware of yet, dude. Like, give us 5-10 more years to really know what all these LED lights and shit are doing to our eyes and our brains. Like, it's really gonna, the Wi-Fi, all that. So, like, add all that into things, we're barely producing what we want to do. So that's one of the main reasons I love you, is because you are always consistent with production, with instrumentals and music. You know, I'll go on like 20, 30 song rants and make a bunch of songs, but they're ideas.
Right. They're not
anything near giving to someone or selling or making my own even. They're just, you know, it's just a cup. It's just a cup, an empty cup.
What? Is that right there?
No.
Oh, like just general. I'm sorry.
He's getting stressed.
I had a moment. I'm sorry. I had a moment.
Dude, trauma's real, dog. Trauma's a real thing. You want to talk about it? Let's talk about it.
Nah. I'm good. I'm all right.
Let's talk about it.
All right.
What just happened right there? What just happened? What were you thinking about?
I was just thinking about a phase of my life.
Talk about it.
Like I should have, would have been.
Let's talk about it. What moment?
Nah.
Tell me here.
Nah.
This is it, dude. This is what this is about.
It doesn't have anything to do with music.
Yes, it does. Everything has everything to do with music. Art depicts life, dude.
Nah.
Life is not art.
I was just thinking about like an ex-relationship, and then, you know, I was talking to my ex's son earlier, and I'm like, damn, that little motherfucker grew up.
Oh yeah, that moment.
And I was just thinking, like, you know,
you're just realizing you're still growing up? Is that what it is?
Not even that. It's more of, I never knew how much love I had for that kid. And it just fucked me up just now. It was just like, wow. I really go to the end of the world for this little
I love it.
I haven't even seen him in like mad long, but still in the same sense, it's just like, I saw a lot of myself in that kid, and then like, you know, I was dealing with his mom and everything, and it's not like she's bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not the
dealing
case.
with her.
Like, you know
What's
what I'm
that
saying?
mean?
Like, I mean, we had a relationship.
The choice of words.
Like, we basically were a family. But my point I'm trying to say is just like,
with her. No, you were with her.
Yeah, I was with his mom or whatever. So it was just like, damn, dude, like,
oh, dealing with, that's just a term.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll never like use any scenario not to have love for you, man. And on top of that, like, in my nature of human being and man, from my father, my father's father, and his father's father, it's just like, the Randolphs.
I know.
That's funny. Yeah, you can call them Dublins, yeah, the lucky ones. Mm-hmm. But when it comes down to that kid, man, it just showed how much love I have for him, and I haven't seen him in mad long. Regardless of where me and his mom was at, it's just like, I like you, little nigga.
See, that's the thing. That we're talking about life and growth and where we're at right now. And what that did was trigger a spot in your life to remind you, like, yo, there's. That's why I love these podcasts. It's major growth. It's growth beyond what we can even comprehend. This is episode 50. 50, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like 50 of anything. Try to do 50 fucking push-ups right now. You can't. Trust me. I know you can't do 50 squats. That knee is fucked up. But no, dude, that's the point of this. So, like, that wasn't some random thought that you had while I was in the middle of a conversation. You were tapped into the energy of what we were talking about, which is, like, understanding where we were, where we're going, what we want. You know, that's the point of these, for real. Like, I want to laugh and I want to point out the funny, fucked up things that you did and the things that I did. But, dog, you had a real moment right there where you're like, yo, like, I've been a part, I've watched this, you know, like, there's a lot more, you know. That's kind of what I'm looking at. And what are you looking at right now? Were you looking at me?
Kind of eyes did it show you?
they
were bad?
You hit me with the fish with the bubbly eyes.
They were bad? They looked bad? They were like this way? Or I was just locked in? I was just like...
It's not the eyes, dude. It was the brain that was locked in.
Yeah, you don't want to know what I was thinking about. It had nothing to do with anybody.
Hey, I do want to know what you were thinking about.
I was thinking about beating somebody up from after I hurt my knee from doing 50 fucking squats. Like, you motherfucker, you knew my knee was fucked up, bitch.
Oh, wait, you told somebody to do that? Someone told you to do it?
I just dared myself to do it and got mad at the person.
You just had a whole imaginary...
Yeah.
Anybody who's had questions about Syphe.
I just made something up.
The last 10 seconds is what you need to watch.
I basically made something up. That's why I was like, oh yeah, that's going to end bad. I need to get my knee fixed.
With a person that doesn't exist. But, hold on, what was the final outcome?
I got my knee fixed.
You do have to get your knee fixed, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it comes at the expense of an imaginary person, get your fucking knee fixed, bro.
Yeah, but and to the audience out there, just leave me alone.
I'm telling you, he's the sweetest motherfucker. If you see this motherfucker anywhere, you better fucking try to hug him, I swear to God.
Yeah.
Like, he's just going to be like,
love.
oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Like,
absolutely.
Hug him.
I love you so
dude.
much.
This is the person to hug. But you're in a scenario in the world and, like, the egos and music and, like, this is my shit, because things get copied so much, so easily, and it's like the ciphers, what we talked about before the podcast. Like, I didn't invent ciphers, but, like, the way that they go
all right, so we're fucking talking right now. So since we're talking about it, though, there is a trend inside of New Jersey's culture to where they do not give homage to the person that was doing something beforehand.
Even when they're showing love, yeah.
Like, I know Bugs from, doing ciphers from county to county, and then, transcending the ciphers from to doing the full circle situation to where we're at now. Mm-hmm. When people take it for granted, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not really personified in New Jersey as, oh, you're doing something because you lasted a while. There's actually, older artists than us, you know what I'm saying, that never got their flowers properly, you know what I'm saying, just by staying relevant. Mm-hmm. So the longevity factor is fucked up with people because they're not receptive to it. And then they're not really understanding that, yo, he did this, let me do something else. Like, it's a lot of copycat mimic work. You know what I'm saying? But
it could collab. It could be
a joint venture.
It doesn't have
but
to
when
be
you
that.
get it and it gets weird though after a while, because say you the person that maybe started an era, the moment you hit that person up, they think you're hating or whatever the case is, and you're like, well, it's weird.
I'm calling you out on the situation,
right? But it makes
the call out should never happen.
But it makes it weird for you because now you're like, man, I can't even get my shit back off the ground because you're moving at the moment, and then now this is the basis of.
Because what happens, dog? Life happens, dog. Like with the ciphers, with them slowing down, just to like, and then someone else trying to do other ciphers, doing other ciphers.
Right.
It's obvious that where it started, who's doing something different. But what transpired there? Do people care about that? These are like all questions that matter. It's like, do you care about me, motherfucker? Do you care about me, the person who cares about the stories?
Yo, so I'll tell you
being
what.
told, I'm
gonna tell you what. Person to person, not even like between me and you, but person on person on a fan base, they do not care. They care about the culture.
Oh yeah.
More than the person. I care
about. So
it's a reverse pseudo effect.
But the person who's caring about the culture, see the word culture, I hate that. Like the word culture, I hate it as a white man.
Right. No. So
no.
Yo, you know what's fucked up?
I'm being goofy and real. Like I hate the word culture
fucked up?
as a white rapper.
They let natural, what would you say, modern social media exclude white people from fucking hip hop. Like, nah. Steve Lo fucking Bell. Shout out to Steve Lo Bell. Motherfucking Beastie Boys.
The culture word is weird.
Yeah, but y'all weird. Part of the culture though. We can't do that.
Because it's American culture at that end of the day.
Fuck that. We can't do that. We can't leave y'all out of it.
No, because all right, I'm gonna take it a step further. Paco Amoroso and Catriel, do you know about them?
I've heard of that, yeah.
The Tiny Desk concert, they just ripped it. They are my favorite. You know me? All right. Syphe knows me. I don't listen to music.
Right.
I don't listen to rappers, but I don't want any influence on my shit.
Nah, me either. I just do what I do.
All right, so for people who don't make music, when you listen to a song that you like more than 3 times...
It's hard to appreciate it.
It's there. It's
locked in. It's locked in. Okay, yeah.
So if you go to make a song 3 days later, you feel some type of way, and you make a song it could be a different genre. It's probably going to be really similar to what you're listening to.
It's very influential.
So the second I started making music 10 plus years ago, I stopped listening to it. Because you're going to
digest it and
this is and again, we're back to this is what Full Circle Podcast really is about. It's the philosophical understanding of why we do the things we do. That's what this really is coming to understanding of. And I make music because I want to dance. I want to hug people. I want to dance. I want to sweat. I want to know your story. And through music, we explain that. But by picking music, I stopped listening to it. I took what I love, literally, and took it away from me and didn't enjoy any music for the last 12 years of my life. Anything. Because I didn't want it to have an impact on how I created, how I thought about the world, how I wrote about it, how I rapped about it, anything. And that was like a real, I only came to that deeply like 2 years ago. And I was like, okay, dude, just listen to stuff and don't be Prince. Don't rearrange the whole thing when you listen to it.
Right.
Don't do what you would do.
All right. Just see it for what it is.
Just accept it for who that is. And you'll be able to see right away through the gentrified, through the nepotism. You'll be able to see through them right away. Like, those motherfuckers are obvious. But a real motherfucker who came through the roots, I'll tell you exactly what to do. Go to your YouTube, press the videos button, and go to oldest. And if their videos are not older than 4 years, they're a plant. You go to oldest of mine, what's the first? Marlton Cypher.
Right.
So when you said longevity about 30 minutes ago, I was actually waiting to have a reason to bring this part up.
Right.
I have one song that pops right now. Bro. 60 hours of podcasts. People are going to really know who we are.
Right.
What we are. Mm-hmm. Me talking about this, and they'll contrast it with that. And they'll see where I grew and the lessons that I learned. And they see me before the death and after the death.
Right.
And what happened on my page and how I decided to paint my life. I was very aware of this right away. Like, what I'm doing is not some gratification right now. I am not going to get some paycheck right now. Like, and this isn't about a paycheck. That's the point. You don't make beats and do this shit. Like, yeah, you can pay from the work. But you have a longevity, dog. You have a touch to a community that is deeper than I think you're even fucking aware of. And I think that this podcast can give a place for that. That's the reason for this podcast as well. Let's sit down and digest what the fuck actually you did. Because I didn't know that this was episode 50 until I got here. I was buying the Maker's Mark. We were going to take shots regardless. But I pulled him like, yo, this is episode 50. And I have to really take a step back and realize who I was in 2018, where I was. This was before the pandemic, obviously, but like the people that we were friends with.
Yeah, man.
The friends who died.
And rest in peace, man.
Perspective of what all this shit's about, dude. And, dude, I think that this seems crazy right now, bro, but I guarantee you a conversation like this in 7 years is going to be worth a lot more than me talking shit on Twitter.
Right.
For example, like a week ago.
Nah, real shit.
And that's where all of that shit brought me to. All of the things we went through in 2020, 21 was pushing me into a corner of talking shit online. And like, to give you an example, I personally messaged this person and asked him to box me. Right. I asked him, let's throw an event. We'll have performers. The main event is me and you fighting.
Right.
And the winner gets the bag. You know how much that would sell?
It probably would sell.
That's what's happening right now. It's Jake Paul, and this was before that, though. This is in 2019. Right. And this is with who you're thinking of. But it was declined, of course. But that was like the realest I could get. That was the realest I could get to, like, I want to punch you in the face, but you're never gonna come to anywhere close to me.
But they market real though.
And the only way that I can see you is at an event.
Right.
So let's make an event where we're fighting.
Right.
And we can make WAP. You know, like that was my idea of it. But that is not I don't want that, dog.
But that's what I
don't want to beat somebody up, dude.
Ideally, that's why I do fuck with the season.
Somebody in a fucking face, bro.
The season, DASZN, that network when they do events. Not saying
they do like don't they do like streamers and shit like that?
Yeah, they do streamers and shit like that. Yeah. I kind of fuck with that
real beefs.
But and
not some popularity shit.
But what you're talking about, you know, said enough clout was there. You know what I'm saying, on both parties. That was the embryo stage.
It was.
But that was the very embryo. There was no decision.
No. That if that happened then, dude, whoever won would have gone.
Yeah, but my point I'm trying to say is like, even the same shit.
Whoever won, dude, I would have knocked this motherfucker out. He didn't want to get elbowed in the face in front of people. That's what it was. And I didn't want to.
But who the fuck does? If they're not ready for it.
I mean, a lot of people do.
If they're not ready for it.
They want to, some of these people want to get elbowed off camera, dude. I'll tell you that.
I tell you what.
Nah, it's like their kink. It's their thing. But,
yeah, that's hilarious.
Charge it to the game, no taking losses. 15:30 on that lay, I killed a closet.